Assalamualaikum and welcome to our video presentation about value chain analysis. Our group consists of Mardhiatul Hanisah, Alesa, Lina, Sabrina, Farzana, and Siti Umairoh. By watching this video, we really hope we could help you to understand more about this topic. Enjoy!
Hi everyone, I am Sabrina Farzana. I will explain to you what is value chain analysis. Value chain analysis is a strategic analysis of an organization that use value creating activities. There are two different categories of activities under value chain analysis, which are primary activities and support activities. Primary activities is a sequential activities that refer to physical creation of the product or services, the sales and transfer to the buyer, and its service after sales. While support activities is an activities that either add value by themselves or add value through important relationship with both primary and support activities. These are the activities under primary and support activities. Primary activities. There are 5 primary activities. Firstly, inbound logistic. Inbound logistic is associated with receiving, storing, and distributing inputs to the product. It includes material handling, warehousing, inventory, and return to suppliers. The factors to consider in assessing the organization primary activities are the location of distribution facilities to minimize shipping times, and warehouse layout and design to improve efficiency for incoming materials. Secondly, operation. Operation includes all activities associated with transforming input into the outputs. Some factors to consider the value creating activities are the efficient plan operation to minimize costs and efficient plan layout and workflow design. Thirdly, outbound logistic. Outbound logistic is associated with collecting, storing, and distributing the product or services to buyers. These activities include finished goods, warehousing, order processing, and scheduling. Under the activities, there are factors that can be considered such as the effectiveness of shipping processes and minimization of transportation costs. Next, marketing and sales. Marketing and sales are associated with purchases of product and services by customer and the attraction used to get them to make purchases. This includes advertising, promotion, channel selection, and pricing. Lastly, service. Service include all actions associated with providing service to enhance or maintain the value of product such as installation, repair, and training. The factors that can be considered as value creation under service activities are when the organization make a quick response to customer needs and emergencies, and the quality of service offered. Now, we will move to the support activities. There are 4 activities under support activities. Firstly, technology development. It is an activities that refer to the development of new knowledge that apply to the organization operations. Next, general administration. General administration consists of a number of activities including general management, planning, finance, accounting, and legal and government affairs. This activity involves the effective planning system to attain overall goals and objectives and excellent relation with different stakeholders group. As procurement, it refers to the function of purchasing input used in the organization value chain. The purchase inputs include raw materials, supplies, assets, and other consumable items. The factors that can be considered as value creation under these activities are how the organization analyze and select the alternative sources of input to minimize dependency to one supplier, and the procurement of raw material inputs to optimize quality and speed. Lastly, human resource management. It consists of activities involved in recruiting, hiring, training, and compensation to all types of personnel. It supports both individual, primary, and support activities. The activities involved are the effective recruiting, hiring, development, and retention mechanism of employees, and reward and incentive programs to motivate all employees.
Now, we're going to look at how to perform value chain analysis. Basically, the first thing that organization have to do to identify what kind of competitive advantage that they want to create. The first type is overall cost leadership advantage. This approach has been used by any organization that want to try to compete on cost and want to understand the sources of their cost disadvantage and disadvantage and what drive those costs. The second type is differentiation advantage. Any organizations that want to create a superior products or services has been using this kind of approach. For a company that creates an overall cost leadership advantage, value chain analysis can be adopted by 5 analysis steps. First step is to identify the organization's primary and supporting activities. All the activities that are under these 2 categories have to be clearly identified and separated from each other. This requires an adequate knowledge of company operation because value chain activities are not organized in the same way as the company itself. The manager who identifies the value chain activities have to look into how the work is done to deliver the customer value. Second step is to establish a relative importance of each activity with the total cost of product. The total cost of producing a product or any services must be broken down and assigned to each activity. Activity-based costing is used to calculate each process. Activities are the major source of cost or done inefficiently when compared to our competitors must be addressed first. Third step is to identify the cost drivers for each activities. Only by understanding what factors that drive the cost, manager will find a way to improve each activity. For example, cost for labor-intensive activities will be driven by work hours, work speed, and also wages rates. The fourth step is to identify the linked activity of each activities. Reduction of cost in one activity may lead to a further cost reductions in subsequent activities. For example, fewer components in product design may lead to less faulty parts and lower service costs. Therefore, identifying the links between activities will lead to better understanding on cost improvement. Cost improvements will affect the whole value chains. Sometimes, a reduction cost in each activity will lead to a higher cost in another activities. The last step is to identify opportunities for reducing costs. When the company knows its inefficient activities and cost driver, it can plan on how to improve them. For example, high wage rate can be dealt by increasing more production speed or outsourcing jobs to low-wage countries and install more automated process. Next, for a company that create a differentiation competitive advantage, value chain analysis can be adopted by 3 steps. The first step that the managers have to do is to identify the value creating activities. After identifying all the value chain activities, managers have to focus on those activities that could contribute the most on creating the best customer value. Second step is to evaluate the differentiation strategies for improving customers' value. Manager can use any strategies such as add more product features, focus on customer service and feedback, increase customization, or what they can do is to offer a complementary products. The final step is to identify the best sustainable differentiation. Usually, superior differentiations and customer value is a result of many interrelated activities and strategy use. The best combination of them should be used to pursue a sustainable differentiation advantage which could bring a good and long-term benefit to any organization.
Based on what we have heard just now regarding value chain analysis, or I'll call this VCA, what good can this technique does for a business? Okay, first of all, VCA is said to be suitable for all. From this point, it means that the strategic framework can be applied to any type of business regardless of the industry and the size of the business. VCA is also a well-known and very flexible strategy tool for looking the business, competitors, and the respective place in the industry. Or in the other word, this technique plays a role in terms of detecting organizational, tactical, and strategic issues related to the business. Another pros of VCA is that it promotes the business competitive advantages. This technique helps business in comparing the strength and the weakness with their competitors. Hence, the tool assists business to appreciate their potential sources of competitive advantages. Not to forget, the main benefits of applying VCA are the fact that it focuses on the business profitability and efficiency. How did this happen? As we know, VCA help break down all the activities that go into producing good or service and understanding areas of cost saving and differentiation. Through this, business can optimize efforts, eliminate waste, and improve profitability. However, there are limitations in applying or adapting a value chain analysis or VCA. One of the problems with the application of VCA is the fact that it's difficult to gather data, as this can be labor and time intensive. It is also difficult to identify tasks that can add perceived or real value in developing and deploying the plan. So it may be difficult to find all the required information in order to conduct VCA in an appropriate manner. Another issue is that the application of the tool in practice can be overly time-consuming process. This is because it requires a comprehensive analysis of all business operation. How? It is difficult to identify relevant revenues, costs, and assets for each value chain activity. As there is no specific approach, much work is done through trial and error and experimentation methods. Furthermore, business may face resistance from employees and managers. This is because VCA may involve strategic partners outside of the company. This is still a new concept and is not easily understood by all employees. And lastly, the company's overall strategy and vision may get lost when the operations are broken down into fine segments. This is because the focus will be mainly on micro details instead of broader strategic view. And VCA does a poor job of linking each activity in the chain together. Consequently, it is possible to lose sight of how the activities relate to each other.
I would like to present the example of value chain analysis for a manufacturing company. So the manufacturing company that I had choose is Apple Incorporation. Basically, Apple started in 1976 as a computer company, but in the last decade, Apple has expanded and specialized much more than just a computer. In 2001, Apple broke the barrier with iPod and eventually became the dominant market leader in music players. In 2007, Apple joined the phone industry with iPhone, which also has been widely successful. So next, we will look at the value chain analysis for Apple Incorporation. First, we will go through the primary activities. During inbound logistics, Apple has a very large supply chain when it comes to obtaining components and material. Their major raw material suppliers include 3M and Foxconn. Apple has set a quality standard for its supplier so that they maintain the highest quality standard for their goods and services. So next is the operation. The products are mainly assembled in China and the smaller parts take place in the other nations. Major of the assembly process are in Asia is because the labor cost in Asia is much lower compared to other nations. Apart from it, Apple also focused on reducing the use of toxic substances in the manufacturing and assembly of its product. For outbound logistics, Apple has managed a very large distribution channel consisting of both direct and indirect channels, from retail store to online retail and its own branded store. Apart from these things, they also focus on remaining the green packaging and eliminating the wastage. Next, marketing and sales. Apple is known for their brand because of the good quality, design, and technological innovation. Any new product from Apple is like a news that is highlighted not just by media, but several other sources too. However, that does not mean Apple did not spend for the marketing. Apple also has a unique ads that engage with their customer. It has acquired remarkable brand loyalty by the use of creativity and imagination in their advertising strategy. So lastly, Apple provides a comprehensive after-sales support to its customer. Most of the products from Apple come with a 90 days complimentary support and a 1-year limited warranty. Apart from it, their online store help is always available for their Apple customer. They can check their order status online, chat with experts, or call Apple for help. Their customer also can get their phones or other Apple products repaired at the local Apple authorized service provider or an Apple store with a Genius Bar. Next, we'll move to the support activities. First is the technology or research and development. Apple has spent heavily on research and development. In 2016, they had spent more than $10 billion and more than $11.6 billion in 2017 only for the research and development. There are three key factors behind this push, which are growing product range, expanding ambit of Apple services, and increased focus on the in-house technology development. Next, human resources. Apple focused both on hiring and paying well. This has been a norm since the times of Steve Jobs. However, the style of human resource has changed a little during the new CEO. He has brought several changes that are aimed at changing the reputation of Apple in terms of human resource. Next is the procurement. It is also a key focus area at Apple. It has managed excellent relationship with their supplier. The suppliers are required to provide the workers with safe working conditions and to provide products and services as per the standard. All these factors has influenced their relationship with the suppliers. However, actually Apple is also a major buyer for the most of its suppliers, and therefore it is a mutual beneficial relationship. So lastly is the firm infrastructure. Any organization's infrastructure is a key role in the success of the organization. The better the management of a firm infrastructure, the higher the ability to create profit. And this same goes to Apple.
So, for the services company, we decided to choose Azure. Azure is founded by Tony Fernandez and Kamarudin Maranon. It is established on 20 December 1993 and it is also the largest airline in Malaysia by fleet size and destination. We are looking through its primary activities. The first one is inbound activities. Firstly is market assessment. Azure has a very good brand in Asia through its promotion programs and also have a large customer base through its social media. Next is yield management and pricing. Azure understands well the market and ready to anticipate in the changes of external environment, and they are able to attract their customer behaviors through its affordable price ticket. Next is route planning. Azure has the widest routes in Asia, which is 132 routes over countries. Next is fuel management. Azure uses Airbus A320, which has more fuel efficiency than Boeing 737, and planning to order Airbus A320neo, which has 15% more fuel efficiency. Next is its operations. Firstly is coordination of station and hubs. Azure has 14 hubs over 4 countries, and it can help in good communication and also coordination. Next is ticketing and reservation. Azure is the first airline to have ticketless program in Asia, and the ticket sales, mostly 80%, come from its own website. Next is cargo management, which to fill the aircraft belly and to gain more profit. And lastly is onboard service, which is Azure offers limited onboard service, and for additional services are charged at cost. Next is outbound logistics. Firstly is flight connection. All Azure, both short haul and medium to long haul, are non-stop flight, and by doing that, it will save human resource costs, facilities costs, airport costs. Next is commission payment. We pay less commission to the travel agent because Azure sales are generated from its own website. And lastly is safety and security procedures. Azure's highest priority is safety, and because of that, all the operations are below supervisions of all countries' regulators. Next is marketing and sales. We have promotion. Azure promotes and sponsors Formula 1 and MotoGP circuits, and also many more. For special offers, it offers special offers that other company may not be able to do so. And next is campaign. Azure has creative marketing campaign that always differentiate from other companies. It is humorous, mocking, and memorable. Next is online sales, which is generated more than 80% of its sales. Lastly is services. The first one is customer relationship, which customer can contact AirAsia both online and come directly to representative office available. Next is complaint follow-up. We offers very limited free services for every passengers are sent the AirAsia flights policies. Next is baggage service problem. Passengers that have a problem with their baggage can come to the guest service officer before leaving the airport. And lastly is hotel reservation. AirAsia offers travel deals including city tour, hotel and city transportation. Looking through its support activities. The first one is firm's infrastructure. Firstly is business strategy. AirAsia applied a low-cost leadership strategy, and for financial models, it have a very strict financial management in order to maintain its low cost. Next is regulatory compliance. It has a strong relationship with the government in order to help AirAsia obtain its flight license and permit through the countries. Next is stakeholder management. To maintain relationship with the customer, supplier, shareholder, employee and also society. Next is human resource management. So AirAsia has many trainings related to the entire operation such as flight, route and yield analysis training. For incentive management, AirAsia provides incentives such as health and wellness care and many more. And lastly is career planning. AirAsia believes all the staff are all-star. AirAsia value career progression opportunity. Next is technology development. First is computer reservation system, which can be done online and computerized through the website. It also can be done using computer and AirAsia smartphone apps. Next is flight scheduling system, which is valid about 1 year to 1.5 years. Next is baggage tracking system. AirAsia has a tag on every baggage check-in at the check-in counter, which is to enable to track the baggage by the baggage tracking system. Lastly is procurement. For ordering and receiving, e-procurement requisition is built in order for ordering and receiving delivery instructions, specification and branding. And lastly is monitoring suppliers. AirAsia ensures that suppliers consistently meet all the quality, cost and delivery commitments. That is all from me. Thank you.